I think this video will start off with a little bit of a warning, because there'll be no Sunday sort out this Sunday because we've been so busy. Probably you can see in the background we've got a full yard. We've got Paul here with his Puma, but we've just got today Noel and Alan here who've come to show me his 300 TDI kit for Defenders. Doesn't matter if it's a turbo diesel, normal aspirated.
This was an atmospheric. Yeah.
Yeah. So that
doesn't make any difference.
That's right. So what he's got is a kit, and it looks really tasty. It looks good because it's got everything to make a 300 TDI fit properly into these engines. Now this is a right-hand drive, and I know a lot of Americans bring right-hand drives across, and this is Noel's vehicle, so he's going to be selling these in the States, and he's going to be a distributor. So we're having a bit of a look around to see how it works, because you don't need any drilling or welding on the chassis at all. It works using standard engine mountings, and also all the pipes are pre-bent, so there's no messing about. Great, eh? Instead of all those chunky TDI conversions that you catch your arms in, let's have a look. That's it. So it looks really nice. It comes with all the pre-bent pipes here for the intake, air cleaner, hoses. A nice touch is a plastic shroud, fiberglass shroud round the fan, so you don't catch your fingers in there, because it's so easy to do.
Comes with radiator.
The radiator comes with a kit. What else comes with the kit? Does a filter come with the kit or not?
No, you use the original filter. Obviously you put a new one in, but the standard one.
Alan, you tell everybody what you tell them, because I've just seen the bloody thing. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a chat. Come on. So, if somebody wants one of these, where do they get an engine from?
Now that's a pretty good question. I mean, we just really sell the kit, and it's up to
the owner to find one.
To try and source a 300 TDI engine.
In the future, would that be a possibility?
Yeah, no, I mean we could send them out, but
you can't supply engine and kit together. Oh well, it's not for now.
It's all down to budget, Mike, isn't
it?
Right, at the end of the day, if we had to sell a fully reconditioned engine, it would be like 15,000 US.
But you see, a lot of people are taking TDIs out and putting these LSV8s in.
Yeah.
So there are a few of them kicking about in North America.
Okay.
So there is an opportunity. And again, what about this? If somebody had a buggered up 200 TDI because you can't get the heads anymore.
True.
You could fit one of these, couldn't you? Would the same kit?
Yeah, it would
fit, wouldn't it?
It would go into a 200 TDI.
Yeah, it would go into a 200 TDI.
Yeah. I mean, on the technical side of it, as far as the engine is concerned, you don't use the 300 TDI flywheel housing, and you use the LT77 flywheel housing, which means it bolts straight onto the front of an LT77 gearbox.
Clutch is the same, isn't it?
Clutch is the same. Everything else is the same.
This front exhaust pipe.
Yes.
Does that join onto
a standard 300 TDI exhaust system?
A standard exhaust system. That's good.
And we supply the brackets to support the exhaust all the way through, and a complete exhaust system comes with the kit.
All right. Well, so if somebody's thinking, like I've seen people hook them up to 2.5 naturally aspirated. It's too small.
No.
It's not.
Yeah, I mean, one of the advantages of the power output from a 300 TDI is that Land Rover's realised that too much back pressure is not what's needed.
No.
So with other kits that just simply give you a cobbled together front pipe and expect you to bolt it onto an atmospheric or a TD exhaust, it won't work. I mean, there's a 60mm diameter exhaust right the way through on this truck, and we supply, whether for 90 or a 110, we supply the exhaust system complete with the mounting brackets.
Right, that's pretty good.
There's no welding; it just comes straight off.
Because that's what you want, no welding, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no welding. We have a bespoke engine mounting which encompasses the oil filter.
And that would be the stock mounting on this side.
Yeah, you use the stock mounting on that side
for the 2.5 or TD or
200, in fact.
Or 200.
Yeah.
And the mounting rubbers are the same.
Yeah, the mounting rubbers are the same. Now we actually this is the sort of a demonstrator, and we're not going to go into production until next year with them. We have a lot of fabrication work done, but one thing we noticed, we tested this in France on a 90, and there was a lot of vibration from the engine mountings. So we've had a bit of restriction getting over to the UK just recently, you probably heard. But I'm going to visit a company that will manufacture a rubber mounting with a slightly softer spring rate to absorb the vibration. This engine is pretty well balanced, so the vibration isn't that bad, but it's something that needs to be eradicated.
Yeah, because the 300 TDI mounters are completely different, aren't they?
They are, absolutely. Yep. Yeah.
And even, what about, no, you couldn't, could you? No, I was just thinking like TD5 mountings, they wouldn't do it with the...
Well, I mean, it's all, for us, the idea was to make it so that you bolt the engine in and there's no welding and you can take the engine out. So we've decided to not do any welding. You use the mountings that we supply, particularly on this side, to pick up on the original on the original
so
chassis mountings.
how rigid is rigid? Is it, or what? Can we start it up?
Yep.
I've seen them a lot worse than that.
Oh yeah,
These engines are a very unbalanced engine. Yeah, turn it off there. When I've stripped and rebuilt these engines, now I balance the rods.
Yes,
because I've found out they're all over the bloody
Yeah,
place.
you're
And that's
right.
what you can. Once they've been balanced, they're really, really nice.
Yes, yeah. The rods
It's just
are
that
critical. Yeah.
Yeah, they just throw them out and that's it. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a good. I like the 300 TDI. I don't care about. I mean, we've been looking at this Puma engine here, and it's just like engine,
Full transit engine.
everything everywhere. It's a bugger to work on. But these, you can fix them with a teaspoon and a typewriter.
You can.
You know, they're pretty good. They're pretty good motors.
I think that the 300 TDI was probably.
I think it was the last best engine they ever made.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I think it was the last best engine because then they went on to TD5.
Yes. And then,
Awful things.
I know. Yeah.
Awful things. I mean, you know, people like them, but they only like them because that's what they've bought.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, they're stuck with them. But I don't know. In the old days, I knew people who'd take TD5 out and put 300 TDIs back in.
Yes. Yeah. I've seen that in a Discovery.
Yep.
I've seen that.
They were a good concept thing, but like I said, I don't know. Here they're just starting to come across is the TD5. You see quite a few of them, but you get quite a lot of problems. A guy in Montreal rang me up the other day, he's buggered up because he can't get his car started because the immobiliser's locked him out.
Yep.
What's good of that? These all you've got to do is put a little 6-volt battery on that solenoid, or even take the button out and push the bloody thing, and you're away.
We talked about that, didn't we? Just need a small amount of voltage to open
take
the
the
valve.
plunger out,
and
push it.
And you said, no, don't bother. Just take the plunger out. Even better.
Stall to stop it.
Yeah.
If you look at there's a great video online about these in Africa, and the car's absolutely knackered. It looks like it's gone through a scrapyard. It's gone through a crusher.
Yes.
You know, there's no windows in it and anything, and they're towing it off to get it going. But my God, it bloody still went. You know.
That's the amazing thing.
You had a fuel canopy, like an old. No, I don't know.
Yes.
I think it's a good one.
Okay.
Because, like I say, these engines flipped over to 23 years now, haven't they? So you can bring them into the States.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
We had a lot of problems with that when people wanted. We used to buy these in kit form from Land Rover.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, there was an upgrade kit.
Oh yeah.
Hey, they were a brilliant kit. I could get them from. The only place I could get them from was Cornwall. Right at the bloody end of the country. This little 4-wheel drive company had them. But you had to give your old engine in exchange.
Yeah,
Land Rover had that funny policy. Even chassis, if you bought a chassis from Land Rover back 20 years ago, you had to give the old one back. So we used to supply it
in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, it swept it up. So even if an engine was in bits, but when you got the kit, it was a full 300 TDI conversion. It even had the seat base place.
Yes.
You know, you could pop rivet it on for the new cover. Came with a gearbox. Every single nut and bolt was in that kit.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
They don't do it now, obviously.
No.
They don't do them now.
No.
Them were the days. I like it. I think it's good. It looks neat. It looks neat. What you want is a badge on here.
Yeah, but, you know, these are early days, so
That's right. It's teething things.
we will improve, and
well, things can only get better. They can't get worse, can they?
No.
And it uses all standard 300 TDI hoses, apart from. Well, this is standard.
It's a
300
standard.
TDI.
You just cut that section out of the top hose. And,
But the bottom hose fits.
Yeah, the bottom hose. You have to trim the bottom hose because it comes out too far and just kisses against the bracket for the. If it was in standard trim, so we trim, I don't know, about 20 mil off the end of the hose so that it actually goes further in.
Right. And the alternators are
The same.
bit. Is it tight or is it my eye? Oh, it's the pipe, isn't it? The pipes. Yeah, I thought it was touching the inner wing, but it isn't, is it?
No.
And that's the later alternator, isn't it? That's the bigger one.
Yeah, they come in two different diameter pulleys. So if you've got an early one or a later one, the fan belt cover will protect.
Yeah. Oh, this is a small pulley. Is this a small pulley?
I believe it is.
I think so,
actually,
because it's a bigger alternator.
Yeah.
And like you say, you said the power steering hoses can be adapted.
Yeah, I mean the power steering hoses for left-hand drive, which we supply in the kit anyway. That's a standard Land Rover pipe. But for right-hand drive, like Knowles, or anybody's, we supply this pipe that you can see running along the bottom to the steering box from the 300 TDI.
Now here's the thing, Alan. I've just thought about it. A lot of the older military trucks that come across here because they're cheap, and they're not really good, but people want them, don't have power steering.
Right.
This was an enormous problem for us because I've sold all my brackets. There used to be a bracket that goes on the side of the block.
Yes.
You can't get them anymore.
No.
The last one I sold was $450 because I sold the bracket more than I sold for the bloody engine.
Yes. Yeah.
But with this,
yes.
because it has to have a power steering pump.
No, it doesn't, Mike.
Can you?
You can actually not fit the pump,
but put a different belt on.
And we supply a different belt.
All
so
right.
When
the
customer orders when the customer orders a kit, they state whether they have power steering or not. If they don't have power steering,
that's even better.
Then,
but if you did want power steering,
it's a
all you need is
set.
a steering box. That's all you need, isn't
Absolutely.
it?
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just want power steering.
Yeah, of course.
They put the big wheels on, like 500-inch diameter and big spacers and things like that. They find out they can't turn the bloody wheel. Well, that's why I like these three. Oh, I didn't know you could run it without a belt.
Yeah, you can.
Without a pulley.
You just complete. You don't put the pump on at all, or the pulley.
Right.
But the belt we supply is actually from a BMW 530 or something like that. So it's a standard. It's a standard belt, but it just so happens to fit this without the power steering pump.
Oh well, that's
yeah.
But to me, like I say, it's a good idea, but maybe keep your eye open for some power steering boxes.
Well, yes, yeah.
Can't get them here. That's one of the reasons why I bought the Disco.
Right.
Just to get a power steering box.
Yeah.
And I rebuild them, but just getting hold of stuff. A lot of cars here went to scrap and didn't take those parts off.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a few right-hand drives here, especially in the States. But like we mentioned earlier, that in Quebec we can't drive right-hand drive, which is a bit. Well, you can if it's over 25 years old here.
Okay. Collector's car.
Yeah, collector's car. My Series 1's okay.
Right.
So it's no problem with that.
What year is that?
1958. I'll let you have a look at it.
Okay. Yeah.
That's good. So were you working on a price for the kit?
Working on a price for the kit.
And you've got.
We'll keep you in touch. We're at the show at British Invasion tomorrow and Sunday.
All right.
And that's the leaflet that we've.
And you want to you need to contact Noel Bishop.
Well, for America, yes, but for Canada, we need a Canadian agent.
Oh, that could be me. I could be a secret agent.
United States of Americans.
Yeah, I won't tell anybody I'm here. No, I don't mind. I'll be an agent for you if you can pass things along.
Yeah. And we're starting supplying engines as well. There's a
Now, are these engines just like rebuilt, or they're
no,
just
fully reconditioned.
fully reconditioned?
Yeah,
Okay.
reboard. I mean, well, there's a spec on the back there, but like on 300 TDIs, at the moment we're able to buy crankshafts, brand new crankshafts at the right price. Postman?
It never ends, it pours. Now we've got Mittner.
Who's Mittner?
Roland Mittner. He's a German-Swiss guy.
Oh yes.
He's a real nice guy. He's an anti-vaxxer as well, so if you know, we'll get some stories about it. It's Friday. Anti-vaxxer. We didn't take the virus. We didn't take the vaccine.
I've had 4.
4? God help us, one of you still alive. Salut!
Salut Mike!
Ça va bien?
Ça va et toi?
Bon, papier. C'est vendredi. Enfin.
Oui, enfin.
So, we'll wrap this up now.
Yes,
I'll
indeed.
take this. Can I
Please,
keep this?
by all means.
I'm going to scan this,
Right.
and I'm going to put a link to it. Have you got a link to this on your... Oh, no, have you got a link to this?
No, I just brought it over. On
Oh,
my
you just
lap-
brought
on
it
my
over.
laptop.
Okay.
So, I mean,
I'm
I
just
can
trying to
send
think
you-
how a way I could put it onto...
I mean, to be quite honest, Mike, this is purely for the show.
yeah.
And we came up here just to, you know, take your time, have a look, see
Yeah.
what you thought.
Well, let's see if we can get this up tonight.
Okay, but
So people have got a heads up. They might come down to Vermont and have a look at it.
yeah, by all means,
Yeah.
yeah, we're there.
Yeah.
Even offer you some food, won't we?
Yes.
Food. Oh, there you go. That's nice. You can go down and get a sausage.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So we'll
Great.
wrap that up, and like I say, it bolts to an LT77.
Yes.
And there's no problems with the gearbox. Nothing at all.
No, none whatsoever. And we were talking about the power acceptance of the torque and BHP, and when I looked it up, the 3.5
VA.
V8
Was-
well, they started off with an LT85, didn't they? And then
Yeah. They moved on to LT77.
and they moved on to the LT77, which was the same gearbox as this.
Hmm.
So, and the funny thing is that the BHP and torque figures are exactly the same from this engine and as the V8. That's amazing, isn't it? 100 and, is it 100?
It was 111 brake horsepower, wasn't it?
100, yeah.
Originally, when it came out the factory.
That's right, yeah.
A few of the GGs have left the stable since then.
I
But
think it's 113. I think BHP,
yeah.
isn't it?
Well, it depends how you set the pump up.
yeah, that's true.
It
Yeah.
depends how, and it really didn't make much
no,
of a
no,
difference
no.
at all.
And for what it's worth, I'm a carpenter, not a mechanic. I had this thing,
Oh, all right.
I did the swap in 7.5
This-
hours.
How long?
7.5 hours, by myself.
Bloody
With
hell,
help from one mate to
You
set
could
it.
have him working here. And what sort of tools did you use? Like hammers and chisels, or
No,
Or
big
just-
hammer.
big hammer?
Big hammer.
But
No,
but joking aside, you just use stock.
Stock tools,
Stock
I had to go
spanners.
buy a lift, a hoist.
Okay, an engine lift. Yeah. Well, you could
actually-
rent one of those, couldn't you?
Not in northern Vermont, no,
Why?
because it's northern Vermont.
But I mean, arguably, we're going to start sending engines out to Knoll, so he's going to have to lift them out of the crates and crate them up and package
Right.
them off to customers.
Yeah.
And all our engines that come over will be non-exchange. So we
It's
don't-
an outright sale.
outright sale.
But granted,
Absolutely.
everything came apart nice. The floorboards came out nice. The transmission,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
there was no fighting things.
We've started to build a manual because the photograph you've got there is of a 90 we did in France, and when we did the the conversion, we wrote up a manual for it, and you know that I'll send you that.
Yeah, for sure.
Email and a brief history of how we all started.
All right. Well, I'm in.
All right, good man.
Wait, wait a minute.
Thank you very
Let's show them our wedge. Look, get your wedge out, get one bought, because this will save you an awful lot of time, and especially if you can do it yourself and not need a garage,
Yeah, no.
few simple tools. You know, get into it. It's a great conversion.
Yep.
Electric fans included.
Yes. And
And
the
the
radiator.
and the
everything.
switch. Everything you need,
Everything you need,
except diesel.
except diesel fuel.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, let's wrap that up.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get this out for today, because it's Friday. But again, no Sunday sort out, because as you can see, I'm up to my eyes. The next video we're going to be doing is trying to get. Wait a minute. Let's pull this across here. We're going to somehow try and get that in the shop. We've.
Good luck with that.
Well, you can't see, can you? Wait a minute. Look at this. Yeah, another tourist from the UK. So we'll do another video on this one. This is going to be a good one because it's a Puma, and we're going to test some electronic equipment out that I was given, and I've been waiting for this bloody thing to come so we can test our equipment. See you later.